Very good evening. Welcome to State of Business on our television. I'm Ashington Veerasinghe. Let's have a look at the headlines for today. Fuel prices reduced with effect from midnight yesterday. The US President vows to render cooperation to Sri Lanka in counter-terrorism and border security cooperation measures. News in detail. The Ministry of Finance, following the monthly fuel prices revision, reduced fuel prices with effect from midnight yesterday. The ministry said that the reduction in fuel prices was decided to give consumers the benefit of lower fuel prices in the world market. Accordingly, the prices of a litre of 92-octane petrol was reduced by 2 rupees from 138 rupees to 136 rupees. The price of a litre of 95-octane petrol was reduced by 5 rupees from 164 rupees to 159 rupees. The price of super diesel was also reduced by 5 rupees from 136 rupees to 131 rupees. The price of auto diesel met no change and remained as 104 rupees. The price of a barrel of crude oil was $74 at the time of the June price revision, and it has declined to $65, and accordingly, the pricing committee has decided to reduce the price of fuel. Meanwhile, Lanka Indian Oil Company Limited also announced that following the decision by the government, they also reduced the prices of fuel. However, they will sell a litre of 92-octane petrol at 144 rupees, a litre of 95-octane petrol at 162 rupees, and super diesel at 131 rupees. US President Donald Trump reiterates his commitment that the US would stand with Sri Lanka in the aftermath of the Easter Sunday terror attacks and expand counter-terrorism, maritime and border security cooperation with the island nation. Thus, President Trump made his assurance when Ambassador of Sri Lanka to the United States, Rodney M. Pereira, presented his credentials to the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump, at the Oval Office of the White House on 8 July 2019. Accordingly, Ambassador Pereira explained Sri Lanka's continuing efforts to build relationships of confidence and trust and to strengthen institutions essential for the sustainable progress of multi-ethnic, multicultural, multilingual and multi-religious nation. He further noted that a robust multidimensional relationship with the United States remains an important objective for the government and people of Sri Lanka, which includes strengthening trade and economic ties, widening people-to-people contacts, and promoting international and regional peace and security. Thereafter, the US President also stressed the importance of working together to fortify the ties between the two countries, which are rooted in a shared commitment to democracy, human rights, and the rule of law. He welcomed Sri Lanka's commitments to promoting reconciliation, accountability and justice in pursuit of lasting peace following the civil conflict. Meanwhile, a team led by US Ambassador Alina B. Teplitz called on Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe on Tuesday evening and stressed the need for firmer border control and Coast Guard to protect the island against terrorism. US Ambassador Alina B. Teplitz briefed Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe about measures that are needed to be taken by them to counter terrorism after the 9/11 attack, and added terrorists would fear any attempt to infiltrate a country whenever there was rigid border control and Coast Guard. During the discussion, the Prime Minister informed the team that the government is planning to establish a counter-terrorism center to coordinate intelligence operations and take action. The US experts also added that they had practical difficulties in trying the terrorist suspects arrested after the 9/11 attack in civil courts. They said terrorism was not a normal crime to be solved via the ordinary civilian court system, and therefore they had special arrangements to indict such suspects. The decision to restore death penalty in Sri Lanka, as announced by the President of Sri Lanka, Maithripala Sirisena, has become the centre stage in many local and international domains. Thus, against this backdrop, Sri Lanka Collective Against Torture held a media briefing yesterday. An attorney at law, Ermisa Teagle, mentioned that Sri Lanka Collective Against Torture opposes the death penalty on the basis that it is cruel, degrading and inhuman form of punishment.
When we talk about public policies in this country, we had the moratorium since 1976. That was a policy decision of the governments and governments thereafter. The policy to be changed overnight certainly is not the way in which public policy should be changed in Sri Lanka. There should be thought, there should be research, there should be data, there should be facts. We should be given, as citizens of Sri Lanka, enough information about why a decision is being made. And it is on that basis that we have confidence that what is being done is in the public interest. So therefore, this decision which has been taken overnight, I say, does not give the Sri Lankan public that confidence that this is being done in our best interest, in the Sri Lankan public's best interest. It may have other motives behind it. Several petitions have been filed before the Supreme Court. We cannot speak to those cases pending before court, except to say that there has been that public outcry, part of which has been these many petitions, and only to say that the petitions do say, and arguments have been made, that it is an Article 11, which is torture, inhuman and cruel degrading treatment, and Article 12, which is the right to equality, that has been violated.
Stay tuned for more news after this short break. Welcome back after the break. Engineers of the Central Electricity Board, together with a civil society organisation dubbed as Dushana Vidunethin, organised a press conference in Colombo today to address and reveal the scam and corruptions involved in power purchasing of ACE Ambalipitia private power plant by consumers' money. Here's President of the organisation elaborating on the accused ACE Ambalipitia power plant scam.
Today we taken up another fraud done by Power and Energy Ministry. It's basically on Ambalipitia power plant. As you know, from 2015 onwards, we did not get any power plant for the grid. Because of that, the Energy and Power Ministry, they have done a wrong allegation work, even not considering the regulations, violating out the regulations, and taken up Ambalipitia power plant as an emergency power plant in a higher rate. So they are paying much higher than the kilowatt hour rate, as well as capex charges for that power plant, and because of that, so we lose hell of a lot money from our CB. It's a huge impact for the government.
The Board of Investment of Sri Lanka signed an agreement with Hillman MAS Supply Chain Private Limited for an expansion unit for a logistics centre, as the existing facility is now expanded to provide additional services to an evolving successful partnership supporting a leading global sports and activewear brand. The agreement was signed between Chairman of the BOI Mangala Yapa and the directors of Hillman MAS, Shirendra Lawrence and Jehan Mutlif. Hillman Worldwide Logistics and MAS Holdings signed an agreement in January 2018 to set up a joint venture for logistics and supply chain related activities. Hillman MAS Supply Chain at present operates 5 locations, of which 2 are BOI registered. The first BOI location provides logistics and distribution for incoming goods and local operations going beyond apparel. The second location provides value-added services for products being prepared for export with vast warehousing and logistics. The Sri Lanka visiting delegation to Dubai for signing of official participation contract of Expo 2020 Dubai met with Group Director of Al Maya Group, Kamal Vachani, a main supermarket chain in United Arab Emirates, to promote its fast-moving consumer goods in UAE. The Sri Lanka delegation for the meeting was led by Chairperson and Chief Executive of Sri Lanka Export Development Board, Indira Malwatta. Consul General of Sri Lanka in Dubai, Chaitha Yattogoda, was also present for the meeting together with other private and public sector delegates. According to Vachani, FMCG distribution of food and non-food products is their core business, and they have over 90 retail stores in the UAE and GCC, including supermarkets. Al Maya also has stores in India and the United Kingdom. Vachani also mentioned that there are Sri Lankan food products at their supermarkets and they are interested to increase the presence of Sri Lankan products in their stores. During the meeting, Chairperson and Chief Executive of EDB, Indira Malwatta, mentioned that Sri Lanka would be happy to further develop the trade relationship with Al Maya Group, which is a very important partner for Sri Lanka. Considering the significance of using design as a differentiator in the international market to increase export earnings and developing products, design capabilities of the small and medium-sized jewelry manufacturers to be in par with the international market, Export Development Board implemented capacity building program for small and medium-sized jewelry manufacturers via design, product and market development programs. Accordingly, in order to enhance the capabilities of the SME jewelry manufacturing companies, EDB launched an integrated design, product and market development program in 2019 for a selected group of 10 SME jewelry manufacturers for a period of 3 years. The main objective of this program is to upgrade design and manufacturing capabilities of selected SME entrepreneurs and introduce new techniques and to enhance the awareness on latest marketing strategies used internationally. The program commenced on the 27th March 2019 by obtaining the service of international and local experts, which consists of 3 phases, namely Design Development Phase, Product Development Phase and Market Development Phase. During the practical sessions, participants were trained to advance their inspirational drawing, technical drawing, rendering skills and conceptual thinking together with inspirational visits to National Museum and Urban Island Showroom. We'll be back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on a positive note today. The all-share price index gained 39.45 points to close at 5,561.28 and the S&P SL20 gained 19.39 points to close at 2,613.9. The turnover was 523 million rupees and over 23 million shares were traded. Up next are forex rates. That's all the news for today. Join us tomorrow at the same time. Until then, take care. Good night.